just leading our normal lives when, out of the blue, aliens come up off the shores.
These things are everywhere.
I was kind of inspired by this event that happened during World War II. There were some sightings of some craft off the California coast.
Anti-aircraft guns went into action against unidentified aircraft in the Los Angeles area shortly after 3 a.m. Pacific War Time this morning. Searchlights closely followed the object down the coast and kept it centered in their place.
The shooting lasted for about half an hour, but they didn't knock a piece off of whatever it was that was up there.
The unidentified object, which some sources thought might be a blimp, moved slowly down the Pacific coast. Shells frequently could be seen bursting near the object, but none appeared to hit it.
It's hard to imagine that we couldn't have shot a balloon down.
A few years later, similar craft were discovered hovering over the Hanford nuclear plant in Seattle, Washington.
And some years later, Kenneth Arnold reported seeing strange semicircular objects flying past Mount Rainier to Mount Adams.
And just weeks after that, the very famous crash at Roswell.
The Air Force was immediately involved because their pilots were some of the witnesses. And they had enough information to conclude that things were real.
My name is Robert Solis. I served in the Air Force for active duty in 1964 and 1971. I was a missile launch officer at Malmstrom Air Force Base. We were underground in a capsule hardened site. We had 10 missiles that we were monitoring. I got a call from the topside guard saying he's seeing a glowing red object hovering outside the front gate of our facility. This object was oval shaped. It was pulsating red light. Missiles started shutting down. They were able to penetrate 60 feet of earth and concrete through triple shielded cables and shut down our missiles in a very specific way. I lost all 10 nuclear missiles while this object was still above us. Not only at our facility, but another facility about a week earlier, the same thing happened.
They're sending us a message.
They're educating us to their existence. There may be takeover coming. The number of sightings per month has gone up, and it involves technology that goes beyond what we've got.
I don't think any country on this planet is actually prepared to defend itself against a hostile, technologically advanced extraterrestrial race.
A lot of these strange sightings are not just fear of the unknown, but fear of the enemy coming to our shores and invading us.
And it's coming soon.
That Los Angeles was based on the premise of what happens when aliens who have been studying us for years finally come back to take over our planet and extract our resources.
It's the composition of our water that's unique. It's in a liquid state. No other locations in our known universe have liquid H2O anywhere near their surface.
What would happen, if there were beings that came over here and try to steal energy from your planet? What would you do?
I've always believed that if you want to be a good hunter, you need to know your prey. Aliens have been studying the place.
Multiple locations across the globe we've reached.
America's getting invaded. The enemy is not something from this world.
There are massive casualties in Moscow, Paris. We lost communications with Tokyo, Rio, and New York. We can never lose Los Angeles.
That invasion feels real, but it's alien.
It appears that there's something like shadowy figures.
Conventional armies are terrifying enough that they can think it has overwhelming capabilities that seems to be on the heavens. There's just too much to even think about. I'm part of the 2-5, which is the 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines. And basically, we are the first platoon that's on hand, and our mission is to rescue some civilians who are out there. It's a really difficult situation. We don't know what we're fighting.
It's constant chaos.
up in Disney. He presented the movie in such a way that urban warfare.
I was completely excited to be part of it because I knew he was going to be capturing something we hadn't seen yet.
Okay, here we go. There's real documentary stuff, and when you put special effects within that, it's a sort of fresh reality to it.
The audience will feel like they're in the middle of a battle.
One of my particular jobs was to be very specific about trying to make things feel as believable as they possibly can, and having the DoD give us supplying lots of elements.
The art department did an amazing job in helicopters and the tanks we had, blowing up cars.
When you're shooting off rounds and you're running in the street and people are screaming, you get the feeling that you're at war and that there are consequences. And that's fun.
The more you can incorporate real locations and keep the green screen or the blue screen out, the better. Always keep it in camera, tell your story that way, and just use the visual effects when necessary.
So you try and give them as much as possible to react to it. There's stuff blowing up in front of you and behind you, and there's fires, and it's insane. But it actually helps you act, because it actually helps you feel like you're in some serious danger. It's so cool when you say action and there's an explosion.
That's so cool. That's in the movies.
We've all been kind of near a lot of dangerous situations where explosions are going off really close. We've been firing these weapons a lot, all over the place. The actors are giving a tremendous amount of their own stunt work. They're shooting guns, they're jumping, they're running, they're falling. They're basically at war. I'm an Army student, so it's not a lot of stunt work in my normal life. However, they had me on this harness, and I basically had to take about a 30-foot fall onto the hood of a car. I freaked out. I had to change my pants. But after that, it's cool. If the audience doesn't believe that we're about to die in every moment of this movie, then we never done the job. We've got to have a real bond, and that's going to get tested.
When you invade a place like this one, you wipe out the indigenous population, those are the rules of any colonization.
You realize no one is trained for anything near as close to this.
And right now, we are being colonized.
We're going to get in there and get it done because there is no other option.